Okay, we have to solve x squared is greater than 3x plus 4. How do we do this? Well, you can treat an inequality sign like that as an equal sign most of the time, okay? The only exception is if you have something like this, okay? If you have x is greater than, no, minus x is greater than 2, for example, okay? You want x something minus 2, okay? To get plus x, you would multiply both sides by minus 1, okay? Times by minus 1. Whenever you do that, you have to flip the inequality sign, okay? So if minus x is greater than 2, then multiply both sides by minus 1, we get x is less than minus 2, okay? So that's the only time you have to worry about the inequality sign being different to an equal sign, okay? Now, I just wanted to point that out so you know about inequality signs and equal signs, okay? But I don't think it's going to actually crop up in this example. So just remember that. If you multiply both sides by minus 1, you have to flip the inequality. If minus x is greater than 2, then x is less than minus 2. Anyway, let's leave that and do the question. So, treat this like an equal sign. Let's get everything all on the same side initially. So we're going to subtract 3x and subtract the 4 to get it all over here. So we get x squared minus 3x minus 4 is greater than 0. Okay, now that's a quadratic. So what do we do when we've got quadratics? We try to factorize first of all. And we can do that in this case. X squared, there's no number there, so it's just x and x. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to give minus 4 and add to give minus 3. Well, that would be plus 1 and minus 4. Quick check. 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. Minus 4x plus x is minus 3x. Yeah. So we factorized it. So where do we go from here? Well, if that were an equal sign, it would just be a case of saying, okay, x is minus 1 and x is 4. They're the solutions. But it's an inequality, so we've got a little bit more work to do. The first thing you need to do is do a quick sketch of the quadratic. So, what does this look like? It's got x and y there, okay? This is the important term, the x squared term. You can essentially ignore these, okay? Look at the x squared. If it's plus x squared, in this case, it's going to be like that. If it were minus x squared, it would be like that. But even if it were minus x squared, you could just multiply everything by minus 1 to turn it into x squared. Okay? So it's plus x squared. And we've been able to factorize. So if that, like I said, if that were an equal sign, it would cross the x-axis at the points minus 1 and plus 4. Okay? I haven't drawn this accurately. I know that distance is further than that, and that's only 1 and 4. It's only a sketch, okay? Doesn't matter. So, if that were an equal sign, then the solutions would be minus 1 and plus 4. Okay? But it's an inequality. So what does that mean? Well, we've sketched it, okay? X squared minus 3x minus 4 looks like this. We know that it crosses the x-axis at the points minus 1 and plus 4. I'll just quickly go over why. Because if you had x plus 1 and x minus 4 equals 0, okay, it equals 0 on the x-axis. The x-axis is the line y equals 0, okay? Then if two things are multiplied together and they equal 0, then either that is 0 or that is 0. So you can say either x plus 1 is 0, in which case x is minus 1, or you can say x minus 4 is 0, in which case x is 4. So that's how we know that that's the point minus 1 and that's the point 4. Okay. So back to here. At which points on this sketch is this, which is the same as that, greater than 0? Well, it's all the points in this region here. This is greater than 0, y is greater than 0 there, and it's less than 0 here. So, which region of this sketch, of this line, is greater than 0? Well, from there onwards. So it's this bit here, okay, and this bit here. Those are the regions we're interested in, greater than 0. So what values of x do they correspond to? Well, as you can see, if we go less than minus 1, that's the bit we're interested in. So we can say that x is less than minus 1. Okay? And same here. For values of x bigger than 4, it's greater than 0. So also x is greater than 4. And that's it. That's this inequality solved. So to do these, you need to know how to sketch a quadratic. And if it's plus x squared, it's going to look like this. If you can factorize it, then it crosses the x-axis at these points here that you work out from factorizing. And then you look at the sketch and you look at what it's asking for. Oh, it wants it greater than 0. So it wants these regions here. Well, that must correspond to values of x less than minus 1 and greater than 4. Okay? And that's it. So that's the question done. Let's just talk a little bit more about these sort of questions. If it said x squared minus 3x minus 4 less than 0, then it would be talking about these values here, in which case it wants values of x greater than minus 1 and less than 4, if that were less than 0. Okay? If it said greater than or equal to 0, then I would just write less than or equal to minus 1 here and greater than or equal to 4 there. And that's it. That's how you do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please click the like button and it would be a massive help if you could subscribe. It would also be amazing if you could support me on Patreon. All the papers and everything are on my website, drgem.com, and I'm also on social media. Thank you.